In today's tutorial, it's all about doing one massive granny square to make an afghan or a blanket or throw, whatever you wish. It's 56 inches square, and I'm going to show you how to do this in order to stock up for your charity of choice or do one for yourself. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on a massive granny square together. It's relatively simple. You'll see that the instructions are pretty easy to look at because once you understand this pattern you can go as big as you need to go. So it's asking you to stop at 56 inches square if you're doing something for like charity or for yourself, but you can stop at any point, even a baby size, once you understand this pattern. So we're going to be using a size J 6mm crochet hook today, and it's asking for 3 balls of Caron 1-pound yarn in order to make this happen. Now it's really quite easy, but there's something else to the pattern that I want to show you. This pattern is for beginners, and you're going to see a diagram key that is on the second page of this, and this is representing the double crochets that you see. So see these things with the T? It's called the double crochet. The dot is a slip stitch and the oval is a chain. So if you follow this and you start off in the center, we're gonna chain 5 and then we're going to chain up like you see here, going all the way and then continuing to go round and around. So every time we come back around we stop, we chain up again and continue around, stop, chain up again and continue around. So you can see that what you're looking at down here is the same as what you're looking up here. The only difference is that it's bigger, so that there's gonna be more gapping spaces that'll appear between the corners. Once you understand this concept it's quite easy. So without further ado, let's grab your crochet hook and some yarn and I'll show you how to get started, and I'll show you the basics on how to get started, and then you can go and finish it to the size that you prefer. So let's get started, and we're going to do a slip knot. Now this is for beginners, so I'm gonna show you how to do a slip knot. So I want you to point your finger, okay, just like this, and I want you to take the strand and wrap it around your finger twice like this. Okay, so the strand is falling in the front, and I want you to grip both of the strings with your hand here. This is the back of my hand, this is forward, so you take the back, move it up over the forward but not over top of your finger. Take the new back one and go up and over like this and insert your hook. Okay, I'm gonna show you that one more time. So you just wrap it around your finger twice, so just point it like this and then grab. Back of my hand forward, so take the back one, move it up over the forward but not over your finger, and take the new back one going up and over and insert your hook. Now when you go to pull it, don't pull it snug that it's gonna be awful to get off your hook. Just nice and firm but not crazy tight. So let's begin. We're going to start off by chaining a 5. Remember that in crochet that the first one on the hook never counts as anything. So we're gonna chain 5, so we rotate the hook back, okay, it's called yarn over, and pull through. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is called chaining, and I want you to insert your hook into the beginning chain like there and yarn over. So grabbing the yarn again, pull through and through, and you have the center ring of your granny square right there. So what I want you to do is take this straggler, which is the loose end, and just wrap it around as if it's part of the ring, and when we go to the next part we're gonna trap it underneath so that you'll never see where you stop and start when it comes to these things. Let's move along to the first round. So let's get you started on round number 1. We're gonna start off by chaining 6. So we're just gonna chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So just as a clarification, the first 3 counts as a double crochet and the other 3 count as a space in the corner. So you just have to visualize it kind of bending over. It'll make sense in just a little bit. So we're going to put in 3 double crochets into the center of the ring, so just going right into the center. So wrap the hook into the center. This is a straggler, just leave it down on top of it so it gets stuck underneath, and just double crochet. Remember that there's other videos here on YouTube that go slower and just deal with the stitches if you're not familiar with the stitches. So you're gonna double crochet 3 times, then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3 and double crochet back into the center ring again for 3 more times. So 1, 2 and 3, then chain 3 again. So 1, 2, 3 and then double crochet back into the ring again. So every time you're doing a corner, it'll always be the same rule. There'll always be chaining of 3. Just remember that, okay? So we're coming up all the way back around. You can see that there's 1 side, 2 side, 3 sides. This is part of 1 side, but it's not the complete, so I need to chain 3 first to make the final corner, and then double crochet only 2 times because that chaining of 6 counts as one of them. And it'll make sense in just a moment. So what I want you to do is that I want you to slip stitch to the 3rd chain up. So 1, 2, and 3. Insert your hook into the 3rd chain and pull through and through. So now you can see you have all your points. So because you've been burying this one in the strand, you can just take your scissors and just safely cut those out, okay, just right now, and then you'll never see where you started at this point. So that is the conclusion of round number 1. So let me move you to round number 2. In round number 2, in all rounds, we always have to slip stitch to the chain 3 space. So we just go right into the space, yarn over, pull through and through, and that'll move you into that space. And I want you to chain 6 one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Like it was before, 3 of them are the double crochet and 3 of them are the chain 3 space. Now coming back into that same space, you are gonna add 3 double crochets. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So for clarification, when you come back around the other, see how you got 3 here but you only have 1 here, you'll finish it off by just finishing that there. So I call this the runway. It's the space in between the corners. You always are just gonna chain 1 in between the groups of 3, and then in this case we're running into the next corner. So all corners will always be the same with 3 double crochet, followed by chaining of 3. So that's your corner, 1, and then 3 double crochets into the same space. So this is the space now. The next one is in between the corners, so it's gonna be chain 1 only, and then you just happen to run into this space that's on the other side. That is your next corner. So the corners are what again? If you said 3 double crochets, 3 chain, 3 double crochet, you're right. Okay, so all corners are always the same. Okay, so now you're in the space between the corners, always just a chain 1, and then you just happen to run into the next corner again. So the next corner, again 3 double crochets, 3 chain, 3 double crochet. So the only difference between this round and all of the rest of the rounds is that there's more space that ends up between the corners. No big deal, right? The corners are always the same. It's just you'll end up with more spaces in between to fill them in. So now you're gonna continue, chain 1, and this is one of the ones that you have to do. So you just have to finish this round with just 2 double crochets into the final space where that other one is coming out of, and you count up again. So 1, 2, and 3. Go to the 3rd one up, slip stitch to conclude. Okay, so that's how you go. That's round number 2. So I'm gonna show you round number 3. Round number 3, the only difference again is that there's more spaces. So you see that you have a space now in here, so they're just gonna be adding more and more spaces as we go. Let's move up to round number 3. To begin all rounds, just like number 3, slip stitch into the chain 3 space and then chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counts as a double crochet and a chain 3 space. We're gonna double crochet 3 more times into that same space, and that's the other side of the corner. And remember, we'll come back and we'll finish this other side when we get all the way around. We chain 1, and now you can see that there's a space here and the corner is now way over here. So every time you're going around, you're gonna be adding more of these spaces. So in the spaces, it's just like what you already know, it's gonna be 3 double crochets. So this whole thing is in groups of 3 double crochet, followed by a chain 1, and then here you're back on the corner again. So the corners are 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Okay, and now we're ready to move along the side again. So we chain 1 only, come into the next space available to you. It's another 3 double crochets, followed by a chain 1, and now you're back on a corner again. So it's 3 double crochet, followed by chain 3 and 3 double crochet back in. So you've now just turned. So now you're on the side again. So chain 1, go into the next space available to you. There's gonna be 3 in there. Okay, chain 1, your next one is a corner again, so it's 3 double crochet again. So these kind of afghans grow really quickly if you're doing any of these kind of projects. A lot of people do them because they do go quick. They're kind of mindless once you understand the pattern and get started. So now that you got that one in, chain 1, and you're coming into the very final, you can see that this is already starting on this side. So there's gonna be 3 in this final gapping space. So as I said, a lot of people do these because they're really quite mindless and they're easy to do and they're really quite quick. So chain 1, so the chaining of 6, that's one of them. So you just have to finish this round off with just putting 2 double crochets only into the final, and then slip stitch to the which one. If you said the third, chain up, you're right. So 1, 2 and 3, slip stitch. Okay, so this is how you would complete something like this. It's really quite easy. So the next round is identical. Slip stitch then to the chain 3 space, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, double crochet 3 more times into that same space to conclude the other side of the corner, and remember we'll finish this corner when we come back around. Chain 1. So now you can see that there's 2 gaps now before you hit the next corner. So remember it's just the same thing. So 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 3 double crochet into the next one. So if you just remember on this, on the ones in the middle, there's only chain 1 that separates them. It's only on the corners that there's chain 3s. Okay, chain 1, now you got the corner. So that's 3 double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and then 3 double crochet back in to turn the corner again. So that would be how you would do this. You just go as big as you need to go. This one is I think 56 inches wide or 56 inches square. So you just keep going around and around. You'll have a successful square each and every time. It's a great little project. You can make a really great accent piece for your home, and these also make for great charity projects at the same time. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. Have a great day and we'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.